Ahoy hoy, it is Trevor from Plateau Astro, and today I want to give you a crash course of an app that I've been using for about a year and a half that is really, really great. It's called Gaia Sky, and it's a free app, and it sort of simulates the solar system, the universe, a lot of different things. I actually use this app in my planetarium shows, and I've been using it a bit more in my sort of normal presentations. And I think it's a really great tool if you have a kid that's interested in space, getting them to use this app. I also think this could be a really cool app for teachers to use in the classroom if they have some space curriculum. The other cool thing is you can use a game controller to control it, which sometimes just gets kids more interested when there's sort of a game-like aspect to it. So today I'm going to just give you show you how to download and install the app. It is free for Windows, Mac, and Linux. So we're going to install it. I'm going to show you how to enable some of the data packs, and I'll talk about that a little bit more. And then just give you a little brief tour of the app itself. There's so much in here. I'm going to do a few videos on this, so let's get started. So let's go download the app. I'm going to open up my browser here, and let's just search for Gaia Sky app, and it should be the first thing that shows up. It's at gaiasky.space. And so, as I said before, it is free for Linux, Windows, and Mac. It's not for iPads or iPhones. You got to use this on a desktop computer, but let's go and download it. I'm using a Mac here. I'm just going to show you some of the process of this. Downloads pretty quick. All right, it's done. So I'm going to open this up here. And on a Mac, it's a little bit weird. I got to open up another Finder window here. I'm going to drag this icon to my applications folder here. I'm not using my normal account, so I'm getting some password stuff asked here. It's copying it to the applications folder. Close that, and I'm going to find it here. Gaia Sky. Now, if you do this the first time, you might run into this on a Mac. So I'm just going to quickly do this. We're going to get to the app soon, I promise. If I open it up, it's going to say Gaia Sky could not be opened. Apple couldn't verify this, free of malware. Trust me, it is not malware or anything like that. If you see this, you're not going to see this on Linux or Windows, but if you're on a Mac, you see this, go to Done, and I'm going to open up Settings, System Settings, and down in here on the left-hand side, if we go to Privacy and Security, you're going to see here, kind of near the bottom, Security. It says Gaia Sky was blocked to protect your Mac. Okay, Apple couldn't verify it, yada, yada, yada. Let's just go open anyway. And it'll sort of scare you again. Just go open anyway. And in this case, it's asking for my password one more time. Okay, so the app is opening here. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I'm gonna make this full screen, why not? All right. So Gaia Sky version 3.6.7, you might have a different version here. First thing it says here, launch Gaia Sky and start the action. And I can't click on start Gaia Sky. It says here, the base data pack is required to run Gaia Sky. Download to continue. I've talked about this app a couple of times to people, not in video form, but people have asked, I get to this point, I don't really know what to do. So in Gaia Sky, it has this concept of using data packs. So we can simulate a lot of the universe, and there's a lot of stuff in the universe. So it's not going to load everything all at once. What it does is it breaks things down into these data packs. So you might have different things to show just the basic things in the solar system, some of the planets, the sun, and all that. Other data packs might show all the nearby stars, okay? All the other nearby galaxies, different satellites, different textures on planets, stuff like that. So it kind of makes sense to break those into different sort of packs here. So Gaia Sky needs this base data pack to run it. So we're gonna just start here. We're gonna get this going. So when you're here, go to Dataset Manager. We're gonna come back to this quite a bit through these series here. So here you can like download different data sets and all that. So let's go and do that. We have no dataset files yet. Use the Dataset Manager to go get some with exclamation point. So if I click this, you're going to see two tabs up here, available for download and installed. I have nothing installed, so Gaia Sky can't really run anything. It said it needs the base data pack right here. Okay, so I'll just scroll through. I will download it if I click this little button. So it's downloading. Takes a minute or so to do it. But there's a bunch of different things here. I'm gonna recommend you just start with the base data pack, and then afterwards you can go through all of these different catalogs and everything. There's a lot of cool stuff in there. Some of them are big, some of them are small, but this is where you can download different data packs. Really neat. Okay, so I've downloaded this. You can see it here. And if I go to installed, you can see it is right here. And I think by default, it actually checks it and enables it right here. But if it isn't already, you can enable it there. So that's all we need to run this app. So let's hit close. All right. It says potential problems detected, check them below. You have no dataset files yet. I think we should be good. I think because we have the base data pack enabled, we should be good. So let's hit Start Gaia Sky and let's see what happens. So it's loading all the stuff in here. All right. And this is what the app looks like when you first open it up. It's going to show you some release notes of what the different latest version stuff is here. You can just click OK. You don't need to worry about that. But here we are. I mentioned before you can use a controller. I'm going to show that in a separate video. But you can just use your mouse or your keyboard to actually control this. So here's Earth. Okay, I'm just going to close this up there. Okay, we got a few different things here. Here's my mouse. Here is Earth. And this thing right here shows what you are focused on. And I'm just going to minimize that there. Minimize that. Okay. We have some buttons off to the side here. And I'm not going to go too deep on what all these do right now. First thing I'm going to do is actually just go closer to the Earth. So you can either use your scroll trackpad or scroll wheel to zoom in closer like this. And you can use your mouse to sort of drag and go around the Earth right here. Okay, and you can sort of see, get a little bit closer to the Earth. Okay, you can get really close if you want, like that. You can also use your keyboard up, down, left, right. So up goes closer, down goes further and further away. Okay, and left and right goes around it like this. So we have the app up and running here. I am going to zoom out, and you might see some things sort of in the background of this. If I zoom out enough, you can see there's the moon right there, and you can see the circle around here. This is the orbit of the moon, and this line here is the orbit of Earth around the sun. So let's just keep zooming out, zooming out, zooming out, and we see the solar system right here, the planets. So all of this is just coming from that base data pack. I'm going to show just a couple more things, and I'm going to end this video. All right. These orbital lines here, we can turn these on and off. Okay. So on the left-hand side, we have a few different options here. So this top one here is called time. I'm just going to get a little bit oriented like this. Okay. Obviously, the planets, they go around the sun. They make an orbit around the sun. And so we can simulate or advance time here. So here, it's the time I have it right now, today's date and the time. I'm going to press play, and time is moving at 1x, okay? So real time, which is very, very slow. I'd have to wait a year if I wanted the Earth to go around once. I can drag this slider, and when we do that, we can see the Earth is going around the sun. And you can see all the other planets going around the sun as well. We can hit pause to stop it, play again. Okay, we can speed up time. We can also go back in time by going back like that. Okay, but I'm going to go reset time and warp. That's just a little show you how you can adjust time here. This thing here is the camera. And here, let's just do a quick little demo of this. I'm going to zoom in on the Earth. And no matter how much I zoom in or out, get close and farther back, and using left and right on my keypad, I'm going around it like this. Earth is the focus. You can see that right there, right there. I'm gonna hit the camera here, and we can change the camera mode, okay? I'm not gonna go too deep on this, but if I wanted to go free on this, I'm no longer locked, focused on the Earth, and instead I can zoom out, but then I can go in sort of any direction that I want, okay? All right, I can go like this, and I could move away from the Earth like that. And sometimes this is useful, and maybe in some future videos I'll show you why that might be useful. Okay, but I find being focused on it for just to start is a good thing. So I'm going to go back to focus, and we're back focused on Earth. This next thing, visibility. There's a lot of different things we can see in Gaia Sky. We can see planets, stars, different satellites, different galaxies, and this is where we can turn some of those off. I'm not going to go too deep on this, but just a quick demonstration. These orbital lines, they're very useful, but we can turn them on and off. So you can see this right here. It tells us what that symbol means, and we can turn them all off like that. We could turn all the planets off, okay? Maybe you need that for some sort of demonstration. You could turn the Milky Way off, and you'll see the Milky Way disappears. Well, let's just keep that on. All right, so this is where we can turn different things. There's other buttons here. Some of the visual settings, if you want to make the stars brighter, okay, if you want to make the star glow bigger like this. You don't need to know all this to use the app, but it's some handy things in there. I'm going to show you one last thing, and I think I'll sort of wrap it up. We've been focused on the Earth here, but we can look at different planets, and this is kind of what kids really like to do. So I think by default it does have some bookmarks. Yeah, okay. So here on the left-hand side, we have this called Datasets. I'm not going to go to that right now. Here, this shows all the places I've visited. I think that'll change over time as I use this. Bookmarks. Okay, you can add your own bookmarks if you want. It has some defaults here. We can go to different planets. So let's go to a fun planet. Let's go to Saturn. And you can see that the focus has changed to Saturn. And if we want to go there, we can take our keyboard or our little scroll wheel, and we can scroll towards Saturn. And we can see all the moons of Saturn. Okay, it's got a lot of moons, right? And let's just go closer to Saturn. I'm going to turn off those orbits like that. Okay. And here is the planet Saturn. And we can go around. We can go in between the rings of Saturn like this. Right. Another thing we can do is we can search for different things that we want to go to. All right, so we have the bookmarks there. That's handy. But the other thing is we can just press the letter F and a little search thing comes up. And if it's loaded inside of Gaia Sky, you can go there. So I'm going to go to the moon, M-O-O, and you can see that it does some autocomplete, and I can click on that. And now the focus is on the moon. And let's go to the moon. And we can see it right there. Okay. We can also just go back to Earth, and if you type it totally, it'll change the focus automatically. So this is just a really brief crash course of using Gaia Sky. I'm going to make a few more videos. The next video I'm going to make is going to be about how to set up a game controller. So I've got a PlayStation 4 controller. Here you can use PlayStation 5, probably PlayStation 3, Xbox controller. This is a really fun way. It's like the way that my brain is now wired after using this app for a year and a half using a game controller. It feels just much more fluid to use it. So I'm going to show you how to do that in the next video. Gaia Sky, great app, free, Windows, Mac, Linux. It's just a little crash course, and future videos are going to go more in depth. So thanks for watching.